We made it. Why was I? So we both put on lipstick today because I was going to put a dark one, but I was like, let me just.
It's fall. I'm wearing all my dark colors, boots and everything.
I looked so sick last week after watching them videos. I was like, I have to come through today. I look like Nightmare Before Christmas guy. Y'all, and I'm mad at you and all y'all for letting me look like that last week, sick and all. I look crazy.
Wait, time out. How you gonna get on us? The goal was for you to show up. How are we supposed to be like? So you show up because that's what you're supposed to do. Are we supposed to be like, damn, you looking toe up, damn?
Y'all should have said, go put some concealer under your eyes.
No, you look like you just weren't feeling well. You had your what was it you had on? It wasn't a robe. It was.
Oh, it's my big. It's right here. My cardigan from Target. You know.
Yeah. It was coming through. You stayed with the combo. You did what you had your herbs and stuff. You crazy. You're supposed to be sitting there like, where your makeup at? Why you not? I mean, why you not glammed up? It's like I told y'all I wasn't feeling good. What? I see the Christmas tree in the back. It looks so pretty. You gonna decorate?
It's our little pop-up. Harlow has been dragging the box because I took it out the closet last week and she's been dragging it. So I was like, let's just take it out, Harlow. So it's already pre-lit. So she's like, oh wow. And like picking out the lights and stuff. So yeah, we put it up.
It looks good. Harlow was like, we in December. Harlow's done with the year.
Oh, and guess what? Harlow ain't here today. Harlow ain't here right now. So
where's Harlow? Where's Harlow out? You're doing a grown-up sipping line tonight, huh?
Twice.
Oh,
I'm coming of age. I'm coming of age.
Dang.
I ain't going to get too proud about it. We'll just see how it keeps on playing out. But hey,
keep showing up. You're gonna be so proud of me tonight on what I'm sipping on. I went off the deep end.
You back to your sweet? Because I know it ain't no bitter, bitch.
Nope, it's 20%. That's all I gotta say.
Well, you will be so proud of me because look I didn't open my bottle. I saved this just so you could see that.
And you know what? We're both corking tonight. I have to cork tonight too. Normally we have the twist one, so this is we're right on point with each other.
So and I just broke my cork. Shit.
Well, tell us what you're sipping on while you opening it up. What you sipping on?
So I'm sipping on this Zinfandel. It's not a white Zin either. It's bourbon barrel aged, and it is 15.5%. And it's charred vanilla, dried herbs, and a hint of caramel. So I saw this. I went down to the market downstairs to get some wine for tonight. And I was like, I kept seeing the Zinfandel over with the reds. And I was like, well, I'm used to seeing it in a clear bottle. So I kept eyeing the few that was there. And I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to try it. It's by 1,000 Stories. And it's California Vintage 2020. And it's supposed to, they barrel it in bourbon barrels. Yep. So yeah.
What do you pair it with?
So
can you just have
to try it?
Does it say what you compare it with?
It doesn't, but here it says smoked cheeses, tangy flavors, spicy foods, and barbecue.
Okay.
So yeah, what you sipping on? Cause I'm like 20%'s gotta be a bitter bitch.
No.
Gotta be a bitter bitch.
No. So I'm all up and down with the wine because remember the last 4 that I had, I let them pick them for me. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to just go to sweet. I really want to jump into something else. And I remembered, I'm like, we're still sipping. I said, Elle had margaritas one time. She had margarita mix. So I started looking at other stuff and I found this little thing. So this little guy is Thomas Ashbourne. And it's craft spirits, and it's the Perfect Cosmo S&JP. And the co-founder is Sarah Jessica Parker, Sex and the City. So I was reading it and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this. So it's made with vodka and liqueur, and it says handcrafted vodka, aromas of freshly squeezed lime, sweet cranberry, and hints of strawberry. And then the proof is 20%, and the bottle's so tiny. And they said that you can pair this with chicken, fish, and fun. You know, Sarah Jessica Parker had to say fun. So it's so little though, but I have to, put the cork on, and I'm like 20%. So it's Cosmo, the perfect Cosmo. So we're gonna see.
I'm gonna need to have you send me a picture of that so I can go on and go find it this week for myself.
They had one that was Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, Hudgens and Hudgens.
Yeah, and then Rosario Dawson, and it was another one, and that was the margarita with sea salt, lime, and it was the same company. The margarita with the sea salt lime. I mean, I'm sure it tastes different, but I was like, let me try this one. So I'm gonna try.
What are you drinking on?
Yeah, what are you guys drinking on? This light is blinding. You got to read the comments because I can't see anything.
I got you. What y'all sipping on? Who's got the drink tonight? Arkansas Barbie, you got your water. Anybody else? Dang, y'all not sipping? Oh, Jack. YG Blaze is sipping on Jack.
Who's sipping on Jack?
YG Blaze.
Oh, I should have known. She's got the strong.
Just a Monaco cocktail. Okay.
I don't know if they're seeing it, but you'll like speed up really fast on my end.
Oh, I am?
Like you're fine now, but then you'll like speed up like if somebody was like rewinding you or something. I'm like, what the? That's crazy.
Don't start
Instagram. Kind of stuff to it. I already know.
Don't start Instagram. Please don't start.
Okay, we gonna make it do what it do. While we're getting this going, and funny thing, I didn't have to cork it. It's got this thing. I was digging in. It's got a.
Oh, it's the cork with the top that you screw off.
Yeah. Pop. I had a.
Oh,
yeah. Arkansas there keeps going in and out. Okay, he said, and JLo Music said it's not happening on their end, so we'll bear with it. So I had well, let's pour up. Let's raise our glasses because once I start talking. So let's pour our stuff, and everybody pour their drinks. I'm sure they were already poured.
Look at that.
I poured everything in there. It was so little though. Look at that bottle to the glass. It's so tiny.
Oh wow. But I bet it's strong as hell, so your ass gonna be sipping. Ooh,
I will be. So let's raise. It's not gonna do nothing to you. You're a professional.
I swung it in my nose. Sorry, guys. Okay. Cheers.
Ready?
Yep.
Cheers. Raise our glasses. Cheers to some great conversation.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's delicious.
Sorry, guys. That bread is all in my nose. Let me try mine now.
This is delicious. I love it.
This is good too. It's dry.
I'm scared because that tastes so good. I can drink it really fast, and I know that's the kind of get you. I remember I went to this birthday party and they had this big flowing like fountain, and she's like, "Oh, that's Jesus juice," and it was only probably like 3 Black people there, and so I was like, "Jesus juice, that's weird. Why would they call it that?" I was tearing it up. Ooh, this is so good. When I left, I was driving and I saw the light was red and went through it anyway.
Were they white folks?
Yes, I said it was only like 3 Black people there, and one of those Black people was
because they be getting lit.
Did you hear me say I saw the red light, but I kept going? And then the police pulled
That
me
was
over.
only Jesus. It could have only been Jesus that got you through that life safely.
Wait, time out. Not only did I go through it, the police pulled me over. And when he pulled me over, the first thing when I opened my mouth, he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "My contact fell out. My contact fell out." He said, "Do you need me to follow you?" I said, "No, I just need to get myself together and find it." He was like, "Okay, you have a good night." I was like, "Thank you, God. I'll never drink that
It
Jesus
was that
juice again."
Jesus juice to help you through. Jesus, they prayed all on that juice, girl.
Never again. Never again. Never. Man. So I had this random thought. I was having a conversation and we were talking about, and this is not a topic, this is just one of, I do my PSA sometimes or random thoughts. And this was random for me. So we were talking about all the plastic surgery. I saw this lady, she did some makeup and she looked completely different with the makeup and without it. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then the girdles and the Spanx and stuff, they have so much stuff for women to, they all say like, this is from the devil. I don't really know what she looks like. And my big thing is I'll do the lip gloss. I like a mascara, but I need for you to see what you get. And I'm not even doing the Spanx or nothing. Because first of all, it's uncomfortable for me. And I know the waist snatchers and all that. Yeah. To each his own. For me, but I was laughing because I said, well, men have girdles too. And the conversation we're having, no, you're thinking physical girdle. See, our girdles and stuff, we can actually see them. Men's girdles are when they have the facade of power or money, when they renting these damn cars, or they making you think they doing it real big and they not. And I was like, that's a girdle. That's not your car. That's a girdle. You got roommates, but you told me you had a house. That's a girdle. Your bank account is what you thought it was. That's a girdle, because their big thing, we are to be perceived as, beautiful. Keep your body together. Keep your face together. That's why we have all these enhancements. But men are on the power play. Their thing is, you get the power and the money, you get the women. And so for them, it's like, dude, you rented that car from Turo. This is an Airbnb. You on some bullshit. What you told me was that you had your own business, but you didn't. You selling calendars and magazines online for a company that's promising you a piece or a share later on if you sell so many. It was just crazy, but I was just like, oh, that's what men's girdles are. Men's girdles are that stuff, and our girdles are really girdles and stuff. So I have a problem more so now. I'm like, I don't want no man wearing no girdle. If you making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at Costco's as samples, I'm cool with that. Just let me know. Like, I don't tell me, you got this business that you working on and you flying back and forth overseas and you really a drug dealer and I just don't want no problems. So that was my aha moment. Like, men's girdles they wear girdles too. It's just different from us,
Yeah.
So now when you see men, check for those girdles. Give them some time.
Do a good background check.
Yeah,
background check.
Ours come off with the clothes. They might have a girdle on for 7 or 8 months and you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Wow. What bowl you do tonight? Spicy or mild? What you starting off with?
I don't know. I might get into some mild. I don't know. Let's see. I have some stuff in here. You see, I'm full.
Did Blaze say, okay, it's $1 billion a month, roommates are low-key necessary? No. I feel you. To each his own.
But no, because you can go live on the outskirts.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody has their deal breakers and non-negotiables. So I'm cool with it. But the girdle part for me is when you lie.
Exactly.
When I don't know that you have. So if you got the roommate, just let me know and let me decide if that works for me. If this is not really your part,
they at the club be like, yeah, I live up in the hills and and you get up there and you over here sleeping on the couch. You ain't even a roommate. You just be on the couch here or there.
You couch surfing.
And you barely got a car. You be borrowing your homie's car. Yeah, y'all in bottle service in the VIP, but it ain't even your bottle. Your ass didn't even contribute. You just the tag along nigga. been
I
there,
just,
done that, seen all that shit.
yeah, I just think at some point when you really rock with somebody, or you feel like, you want people to be honest with you, don't wear the girdle, the Spanx, the makeup. You gotta come with the truth too. Do not
Exactly.
have a Turo car that you've been renting and you think you want me to think that's yours, or you're pretending that it is. Because some
Exactly.
dudes would be like, you never asked me, so I didn't.
But you still lied because you said it was yours. I didn't have to ask you. It was
Well,
everything that
technically,
you portrayed. It was everything that you portrayed to me. And first of all, you're a dummy because while you were in that Toro, if you sat your ass down and took the bus or something for about 2 months, you could afford a down payment on the car, or maybe flat out buy a car for about $5,000. You know,
gonna pull you. They might have felt like the car wasn't gonna pull you though.
fuck that. Ain't no car pulling me because a lot of people ain't got a car now. They out here fronting. And some
I
people
feel,
got a car, but that's a house.
I feel like you really a person shoots themselves in the foot. I'd rather come out the gate telling you I don't have a car, I got roommates, whatever, because you know what you're working with. You know what I mean? And you can decide.
Exactly.
Don't lie. Because then you don't even know if the person genuinely is rocking with you like that. And I feel like if you have a reason why you have those things, because there are a lot of people that come from New York
You
that
could be
don't
like,
get
I'm trying to buy a house or something. Or I'm
said.
trying to do this, or I'm trying to do that. If you have a goal in mind and that's why you're roommating and stuff like that, that's understandable. But if you
Right.
just like bumming it, then that's an issue.
Hey, some girls might go for the bumming it. Just tell me. That's all I'm saying. Just allow me to have an option in the thing here. Also,
Exactly.
I would say this. Are you eating anything tonight?
No, I ate earlier. Actually, I ate at like 12 o'clock. I haven't eaten nothing else. What you eating on?
I have some Pine River jalapeno gourmet cheese snack spread. I'm trying it for the first time with some garlic and olive. I have some apples and I have walnut cookies. I'm,
Mm.
I'm like, I'm on
Damn.
this back thing.
I'm over here trying to think what I got in the cabinet to munch on right now. I ain't got nothing. I made some Alfredo earlier. And that's what we had around 12. I haven't eaten anything since.
Mm.
And I ain't got no snacks. I got some bread in there, some vegan gluten-free bread. There's still some Alfredo in there, but it's too late for me to be trying to eat on that.
If you're not hungry, don't eat.
Yeah. A snack is always nice though, but I be trying not to buy too many snacks, you know?
Well, I'm doing it backwards now. I'm like lots of fruits and veggies, smaller amounts of snacks. I keep playing with different stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. You keep pausing now.
Am I?
Mm-hmm. Which I
Just
don't
doing
know why I have all my bars and my internet and stuff. I don't know what's going on, but whatever.
Last week, I kept going out. Did you see all those things where I
Yeah,
would
I
fit
did see
the
the
right
thing.
thing?
Yeah,
That's all right. We can figure it out. We just keep showing up and doing the best we can, you know? If it's
exactly.
something, you guys, if it's something in the comments that you can't hear us say and you want us to repeat it, you can see it. Just tell us, because you can see this stuff. I'm still not real good on that, reading the comments real fast and stuff. What you going to, your spicy bowl or your mild bowl tonight? What we talking about?
I guess I'm gonna get in my spicy bowl. Let's see. I don't really know what's in there. Let's see. Why would I pick this one? You know how you were just talking about the girdle thing?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this was going to be my PSA, but then I was like, no, I'll just put in my spicy bowl. And basically, and this is not just for women, this is for men too, but I'm just going to, you see all these women, because, we are all on social media and everyone's beat to the gods, face done, hair done, feet done, everything. And then it's like, but are you healthy? And it doesn't matter if you're overweight or not, because you could be a TOFI, which is thin on the outside, fat on the inside, which is a real thing. And you could be 40 which is sad on the outside and on the inside. I don't know if that's really a thing. I mean, I just came from the doctor and I am in perfect health with all my blood and stuff, but it just, this is a conversation I've had before with other people. It's like, if we are putting effort into beating our face, having our nails done, dressing the part and everything, are we putting as much time into our health and wellness as we are our exterior? Because if not, I think that's a conversation that needs to be had, is you can equally put just as much effort into it. No one's saying go work out for hours at the gym. It could be just small lifestyle changes, but we as people got to do better. You know, we have to do better, because while you're looking like this on Instagram, shit, you might be going home, shoot yourself up with your diabetes medicine. You know what you feel me though? Vera, do you feel me though? Like, we have to do better, like for real, like we all have to do better. We can't be looking this good, putting all this money out, and we don't take care of our health. Our health is our wealth. That's how we're going to live longer, to be looking beat.
Oh my God, you made my face so red. Oh, it's hot. First of
your
all,
face is matching your lips.
I know. I'm red. I forget you say, you going home shooting up your diabetes medicine. I'm not laughing at the diabetes. I'm laughing at the example you use, because it's so true. Like, it's crazy the things that people will do to keep up this facade or try to keep up with the masses. And they really dealing with like serious health issues, or they're putting their
body positivity. I'm sorry. Let's stop using that line. Hashtag body positivity. Like, no.
What do you mean by that though? Give me an example.
So the whole thing is, if you are overweight and you're loving on yourself, which is totally fine, or like people say body positivity, even the skinny people, you know, like, but at what point is it, you can be happy with the way you look and the way you are, but don't use the body positivity hashtag as an excuse as to why you are overweight, or as to why you're extra thin because of the trend, and you feel safe at that, because then you're lying to yourself and you're unhealthy as fuck, and you're not taking care of yourself the way you should be taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? YG Blaze, though, she said, I'm so sick of that. She know what I'm talking about.
What was
like
the
every
actual
little thing, like even with like the plus size models and stuff, they're like, yeah, we deserve to be on this cover and wear these and this, and like body positivity and just promoting loving your body. That's what body positivity is. Promoting loving yourself, which we all love ourselves, but at what point do we turn a blind eye to our unhealthy habits and cover it up with hashtag body positivity, you know?
Well, I'm always the person, it's a thin line there. Before we go in, what was the actual, because we jumped in, what was the actual title? What was that topic title?
I just said, if you're going to take care of your face, hair, and nails, you need to take care of yourself.
Taking care of the inside, not just the outside, right?
Not the outside, basically. I be writing whole ass sentences on my papers.
I feel like it's a very fine line there, and I'll tell you why. I get what you're saying about the person that comes to mind right away is Lizzo. So I don't know what she eats, what goes on, what she puts in her body, but the reason why I think they do that big movement and it takes off like that, and people can, I know you see some people kind of like you getting ridiculous with it. is because I think that some women are more well received if they are scantily clad or they get to have their breast and their butt out and everything. But if a woman that's larger does it, and because we're in America, because I was just talking about this the other night, this only America, only here, they push us, everybody needs to look a certain way. This is what beauty is. That's their definition. If you travel outside of the country, it's places where, I mean, shit, Jamaica, they like big women. You're not, you too little. You know what I mean? So I think that unless I know what your caloric intake is daily, and if you know, shoveling ho-hos and bleeding ragu, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But other than that, I think it gets, the line is so blurred because a lot of them come out like, if she was wearing it, you know, you would be accepting of it. If she, like Lizzo, if a woman, if Amber put her ass cheeks out before, Lizzo put her ass cheeks out. Two different responses. You know what I mean? And it became a trending thing where everybody's like, love your body, embrace yourself. And then it's to each his own. You know, I don't want to see nobody's ass cheeks. That's just me.
Mhm.
I don't even want to call it old school. I feel like there's nothing left for your man to see or who you with.
Exactly.
Why does everybody, I mean, you go to the beach, they have something crossing the nipples, a string is up your behind, and it's a strip over the lips of your vagina. You're naked.
Exactly.
Like, if everybody can see everything that you have, what's left, you know, to me, or what does my man see, or whoever I'm with? It's like everybody knows if my ass cheek got a birthmark on it. You got it all out there. Everybody knows, except to see the inside of my vagina, my vagina lips. You know, it's like, it's a lot. There's nothing anymore left to the imagination. So I think that hashtag, you know, positive body positivity or embracing your body comes from that war that goes on, because I think they feel like they're not accepted. But if you start pulling up people's menus, then we can, I feel like, for me, get into it. Like, some people are just larger.
Yeah.
That's their genetic makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Even like Samoans. Like, Samoans are bigger.
Yeah. I don't believe
right.
the whole BMI index, because they go off of your height and weight, and we're all made differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, if y'all want to show your ass and be scantily clad, that's on y'all. But when you're investing in all this stuff, invest in your health. No one has to be super duper skinny, but like, don't be all on social media or all out in the world like, shit, this is how I look, and I'm happy to look like this, and I'm gonna eat what I want to eat and do what I, you know, if you want to eat that stuff, then still find like a healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? To what you're doing. And if you want to show your ass cheek, then show your ass cheek. That's on you. That ain't me. I don't show my ass cheek. You know,
I was talking to a guy, and I was in the vitamin shop, and I was getting some cod liver oil. We were talking about the different brands and stuff, and he was telling me, you know, he's like, one of them said vegan or something, and I'm like, they have vegan cod liver oil, and I was trying to make it make sense, and he's like, I know. And not to get on the vegans or anything, but we did come to an agreement where I was just like, you need to look at your history, like your family history, and then also, you know, kind of base around how you eat based on that. I'm not saying for people, when they say like from the South, they eat very heavy. I'm not saying it's that, but some people don't do very well on vegan diets. Some people, you know, really need meat. Some people need more water than others. You got to figure out how it works for you. And that starts with kind of looking at your family and kind of, you know, playing around with, you know, how you feel. Because I think sometimes people will just conform to what everybody's doing, and their body is telling them, no, this doesn't work for me. Your face is breaking out, and they'll say, oh, yes, just your body rejected what it's been accustomed to. No, your body, your iron's low. That's a part of it. It's like, no, I feel like I'm about to die. I cannot do this. So you got to kind of watch yourself. Once you kind of get in tune with what's required for your car, even cars are that way. All cars don't take the same oil. If you're dealing with a foreign car, you know, it requires different stuff for the radiator, different oil, different things. So if cars require different parts, it's not you're a car, everybody has this. Then I
Exactly.
think that, health wise, you got to take a moment and figure out, I do well like this. There's some people that Atkinson's diet, some people did great on. I think I was telling you, a lady was telling me, I lost so much weight eating pork rinds, cheese,
And in
meat,
the keto diet, yeah.
bacon. And for me, I can't do that. I can't do that. It would just clog me all up. There's
But
no
what
way I would lose weight.
with that is those diets, p- people focus on losing weight versus being healthy. Like, yeah, she did the keto diet or Atkinson diet and lost a lot of weight. But then when you think about all that you were eating, what you were doing to your arteries and your intestines and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And she might not know right away, but she gonna find out.
I just think, for me, I kind of like in my car to, with water, it keeps everything kind of moist in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're flushing everything out. And I think if you eat like that, I would just think stuff would get caked up to the walls and be like hard. And that's when you're dealing with, being constipated and, you just don't feel good. People feel sluggish. Your body, we are the only things in the world that don't have to be plugged up.
Yeah.
So internally, our body will let us know something's off. When you begin to feel sluggish, you got to kind of pay attention to those cues. That's your check engine light coming on. I feel sluggish. I feel kind of out of whack. My skin is starting to break out, or what's going on here? Why does my arm feel this way? But I think, again, people slap Band-Aids on it, makeup on it, and then now you're dealing with plastic surgery. That's a whole other thing. How does that tie into looking good, taking care of the inside and not just the outside? People are getting whole Build-A-Bears happening, and they look a certain way. So if they completely just overlooked or negated taking care of the inside, or do you take vitamins? How much, how many vegetables are you eating a day? What's your iron? Like those are things that's not heavily pushed. You see that. And I think it kind of, it all boils down to, I don't even want to say peer pressure, but the narrative you feed into. There are people, this bandwagoners. There are people that want to be with the masses. They feel comfortable. There's some people that need to go and be amongst a lot of people. And then there are people that, and whether they call them outliers, what works for me. I'm doing me. I'm embracing me. Like Friday, I've said it a million, all the lives. Now, don't worry about it, bitch. Somebody likes it. Somebody likes all of what I got going on. So I don't feel the need to conform to what Kim Kardashian is looking like, Amber Rose is looking like. And no dig on those ladies, but I'm telling you, if you look at all of them, whoever the surgeon is, they are making everybody look exactly the same. Even when they get nose jobs and stuff. Like, I was looking at one person and I thought it was Beyonce, but it wasn't. Like, everybody was doing
the same everything.
Yeah, it's like they all look like, what was it, the Stepford Wives? Everybody looks the same, and that's scary to me. It's like
no individuality at all.
I want to look different. I'll be the one in there where it's like, no, this is a product of two children. These are stretch marks. These are thighs. I'm working on them. Whatever it is. Conformity is such a heavy burden that the world carries here in America. Yeah. If you're not hearing it, you're seeing it, and you have to fight for that. And we talked about that a couple of sipping lives back, where it's just like staying, true to your individuality, to your uniqueness is very hard. And that ties into what you're talking about, because if you got somebody that's walking around, they got to search within themselves, like, you just Big Macs, a quarter pounder, a large fry, and a damn strawberry shake. That's not healthy. And you talking about all this, what's up, what I'm saying. So we see what they're eating, and I think that's where they would fight you at. Like, you just looking at me because I look like this. No, all I'm saying simply, you just said, make sure you putting as much on the inside
as you
on
are.
the emphasis you put on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, that's a touchy one because they'll come for you if you are you coming for the big girls? You wouldn't say that. It's like that's not what she said. That's not what she said. You know,
Because the
it gets
ones are
wild.
just as unhealthy.
Right. Are there any comments that we're missing or anything? We're good.
Yeah, go down. How's your drink doing?
Man, I still have this much in there, but it's so good. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Um. So, Arkansas said the body positive movement has gotten out of hand. J. Lou said, "Amen." YG said, "But being overweight is not healthy." J. Lou said, "That don't mean let yourself go. That's an excuse to be lazy." YG Blaze said, "And I definitely want her to cover up." And
Listen.
And then she said exactly, J. Lou said facts, and J. Lou said, "I mean, we as men will look, but you definitely don't have to." Arkansas Barbie said the BMI chart is a whole lie. And J. Lou said to Arkansas, especially for Black people, YG said, "I could care less. Do what you want. I just don't want to see your ass every day." J. Lou said, "They tell you what your weight is supposed to be at a certain height, but we wear our weight different." And Arkansas said to him, "According to the BMI chart, I am morbidly obese, but if you look at me, I wouldn't say that." And then she said, "Hell, if I listen to the BMI chart, I would be 102 pounds and look like I was on drugs."
Ooh.
And then J. Lou said to her, "I'm supposed to be around 135, but that doesn't look good on me. I feel good between 155 and 165. And she said to him, "It's the truth. I can hear the elders whisper now. That girl on that stuff, you know your body. And these doctors have a fetish and you can't tell me they don't." And that's in regards to the build-a-bodies and the same looks. And
Yeah.
Jay, when you say YG, I think the rapper, LOL. I just be trying to shorten the names, J. Lou. I know, but when I say it, I'd be like, "Oh my, damn." Let me for Instagrams. They already be trying to censor me.
Oh, it's good though.
So what you pulling from?
I don't know. I feel like that wasn't like. You think that was spicy? We did
It was
good.
like
That wasn't
in
bad.
between. It was an in betweeny.
I'm gonna go with my spicy bowl. I got the Master of Nothing Hustler. This is a favorite of mine because, dude, I be so over people doing 1,000 things all the time and they running in place. And I just feel like, you know, your coattails haven't been pulled. They need to be. It's like, why are you doing 1,000 things and you still in the same place? The Master of Nothing Hustler. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I got this, I'm making these moves, that. And it's like, if we look at everything on paper, you literally are doing the same thing you were doing 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. It's a problem. And I see it a lot because it's a right now type thing. I think people can be addicted to the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not going to put your that's what you want to do. If you're saying you don't want to hustle your whole life, right? But you're not doing anything that's going to put you in a position where you don't hustle, or your kids don't hustle, or the people behind you don't hustle, whoever you care for. And so I put that in my bowl. And that actually, looking at this is green. This is supposed to be in the mild bowl, but it can get spicy because.
Oh, you color coordinate your stuff?
Yeah. My spices are all pink.
I got.
Mm-hmm. My spices are all pink, but I don't think enough people know that they're Master of Nothing Hustlers. That's what you are, and it gets real messed up when somebody tells you that. But do the fact checks. Look at what they say. Look at the stats.
Yeah.
Stats don't lie. Numbers don't lie. If you look at where you were 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and you're still doing the same shit, you are a master of nothing hustler. I check myself every day. I do a self-circle check all the time. And I think we've talked about that before. We said you could, be a lump sum total of the 5 people you surround yourself with, and it's like, okay, if you're the smartest perfect person in your group, that's a problem. But also, if you hustle hard and you've been hustling hard for the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's a problem. You need to plug some holes. You got to go back and look at the blueprint. There should be some sort of growth, something different that's happening than what was happening 6 years ago. There's no progress. You still out there hustling. And I feel like it's specifically with us. And sometimes I even want to take it down to, I don't want to say just Black people, but I say it because that's what I'm around a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm not making it in generally Black people. I'm saying that's what I'm surrounded by. And when I see it, it's very disheartening because I literally can gauge when you look at somebody, even, do a self-assessment. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, I've been knowing you for this many years and you still doing the same shit you were doing when I met you. That's scary. And
Yeah.
that's the goal. And you got to be real careful because when you identify those things, you got to tread lightly. Because if it's somebody you really rock with, you might want to tell them. And then you got to sometimes assess the situation where it's like, no, that's really what you do. You're a
Yeah.
master of nothing hustler. You say this, but your actions do that. And that's who you are. Like, I have to accept that. You know what I mean? So I just feel like sometimes we're running in circles. I remember Denzel Washington said, just because you're busy doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. And I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I can't do this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. And then you sit back and it's like, you're really not doing shit because you're still in the same place you've been in. Like, I always say, biblically, you know a tree by the fruit it bears, right? That's scripture. If I look at a person, you should see good fruit. You should see the fruits of who they're around. You should see it should be fruitful. If even me, I'll use myself. If you've been knowing me for a long time, if you talk to me now and I'm exactly where I was, 8, 9 years ago, I've been married for 7 years. I've known my husband
We
for
met
10.
11 years ago.
Yeah, because I met you before I got married.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known my husband I've known him for 10 years. I've been married for 7. So we can go back 11 years. Imagine if I was in the same place I was. This literally mentally, you could see I'm the exact same person doing the same stuff I was doing 11 years ago. That wouldn't be a problem for you? And I'll say that a problem meaning if we're friends, because there's some people, and that's a whole nother topic. If it ain't your friends, it's like, why am I gonna tell them that? That's their business. That's them doing that. But I feel like that's not discussed enough. That some of us are master of nothing hustlers, and we have been taught this hustle mentality. Get this done, get that done. Always be doing something, and there's no end game.
Yeah.
It's a perpetuated cycle. And it's like, when does it end? Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? It's just, if that's what you want to do, so be it. But
Yeah.
I feel like for us specifically, Black people, I hear a lot, a great majority. I'm not saying everybody. It's like, we're not supported. We need opportunity. We need this. We need that. It's like, okay, once you align yourself and create a blueprint and you implement some things, some stuff should be happening. Doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but you'll see some progress. It's progress, not perfection. Inches. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. You would see some things kind of subtly changing, And so, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like it's hard to determine when someone is like, they gotta hustle? That's what they do. But at what point is it like, dude, this is what they're gonna be doing to the day they die? Like they don't master anything. They just jump from hustle to hustle to hustle to hustle to hustle, and this is their life. And it's like, man, at some point, attrition kicks in.
Yeah, I think you can kind of weed those people out. I think some people are like that because it makes them look good, like they're doing something, to be having their hand in many pots and they can speak to it. And it might, to the rest of the world, it might make them look good, like, oh yeah, I do this and that, and I'm this and that. And it's like an ego thing, I think. But like you said, at what point does it get old? Like, I know a person who literally is in the same place since we were 18 years old. And I'm 30, I'm about to be 38.
But
that same thing around the exact same people trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but now how do you determine, do you see it and it's like, that's not none of my business? But if you hear them speaking a different language, saying something, how do you differentiate, or how do you determine if you say like, yo, you're running in place, dude?
I'm the type of person, to be honest, I'm the type of person, like, everyone I know how they can take criticism. I know how they can take feedback. So depending on those people, like the person I'm speaking of, I'm not going to say any names or exactly what they be doing, but I know that person takes everything to heart. So if I'm talking to that person, then I know when I'm phrasing things, I will say, well, why don't you maybe shift over and try this, since this has, while this is, while you're working on that, why don't you try this? This might prove to be a little more in your lane. Like, for me and the people I'm around, I just try to assess how they accept feedback, and then I try to dig in there, because this specific person will literally take it to heart and be like, oh my gosh, I'm just not, drama. So me personally, I assess the person, and I pretty much know everyone and how they are, and that's how I kind of sway them to be open to something different and maybe leaving that specific thing alone. But at the end of the day, it's going to be ultimately up to that person, because you can only do so much, as a friend, and being a supporter of your friends and family. You can only do so much. You can't want more and change for them if they don't want it for themselves. Even if they're going to keep on doing the same thing in circles, even if it's a continuous cycle, and maybe they know that they ain't doing shit. They might know it, but in their heart of hearts, it just makes them look good.
But okay, but
I'm serious. Some people really think that makes them look good.
Okay, so then is it more so maybe seeing the fruits of your labor long term versus immediate? And also, just kind of like you said, looking at the person and it's like, okay, this is what they do. That's just who they are. There's no need for me to say anything here because that's just you.
You're beating a dead horse. Ultimately, with some people are receptive to their friends giving them that feedback, and some people are not receptive. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a master of none but have your hand in many pots, do you yourself sit and assess, like, where am I going wrong right here? Can I put this on the back burner for now? Or how can I slowly progress in each? And I know some people with businesses or things they've got going on, like you said, it's a more long-term thing. The vision is a little longer and things take a little more time. But I personally think that sometimes it's an ego thing, and people want to look good on the outside, and then they go back home and feel like shit on the inside because they ain't doing shit.
I mean, it might be a high. I mean, I don't know. I can see comments going up, but they go up too fast for me. What you got there?
Let me go down. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm back in the. Arkansas said you only averaging 11 points in the game like D Wade if you still stuck in the same hustle. YG said some people don't know how to get out of the hustle. And Arkansas said some people just be happy with where they are. And I know maybe sometimes it is hard to get out of the hustle because we're in such a society where money is the root of everything. And in order to take care of people, in order to take care of your family, you need money. In order to buy the clothes, the car, the things that you want, the material things. And I think too, that's where people are driven to, is a material thing more than just live your life type thing.
Well, let's I don't want to go to the Webster's dictionary hustle. I'm just gonna kind of go off the dome. Wanting nice things, but putting something in place where your money's working for you and you're not working for your money. Exactly. I don't mind a hustle. I don't want to be the hustle. The hardest thing I want to plan at 50 is a trip. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, do I want to go here? Should we catch this flight? I just feel like we're not even set up physically to hustle. So if the people in alive, if you even look at the definition of the word hustle, I don't even think we're physically set up to keep doing that. You know what I mean? You just can't do it forever. And I think if you align the goal or goals with the hustle, there's an end game that has to come somewhere in there. It's like, okay, I got this amount of time to really grind, hustle, whatever. Yep. And I'm going to put these things in place where they're working for me while I'm asleep and I don't have to hustle. But I think you said, and I can see, I always got to get deep in there. My eyes are so red. J-Lu said,
you lose your contact?
No, exactly. This stuff it feels so good. At least I have to drive. He said maybe they like the hustle, get up every day shit. And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not team no sleep. Bitch, I need my sleep.
Thank you.
I'm going to treat my life like a business. What's my exit strategy?
There it is there. And
what's
goal.
My exit strategy? I'm about to be 38 in February. By 40, I need everything that I got going on in place to be in a smooth flow. Mm-hmm. Period. Because in my 40s, it's going to be lived like nothing else.
But that's why I think if you're hustling and the only thing you know is to wake up next day, repeat, wake up next day, repeat, and you're not, like you said, putting something in place, creating or almost, what do you call it? Duplicating yourself. If you can break it down.
I'm constantly writing little post-its saying, start living a little more, do this, do that. You know, to remind myself to not be so consumed with the hustle all the time. And I have toned down a lot since Bold Magazine, because I remember staying up 2 straight nights off of coffee and everything and running on E, but still running to fashion show after fashion show and to this and to that. And as I've gotten older, I'm like, that is not who I am, and that's not who I want to be. And you start realizing how much your health matters, how much sleep matters, and everything. Otherwise, you're going to be looking like I was looking last week on the motherfucking live.
You silly. I can see Arkansas Barbie. She said, my medical billing is turned into a hustle. Here's the deal. If you have a hustle that you do, you know, and you understand it's not, if you in your mind are like, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. This is going to get me to this, is going to get me to this, and this is going to get me to a point where I don't have to do any of it. Then you're not a master of nothing hustler. Exactly. But if you go from hustle to hustle to hustle, you're like literally waiting on the next one. That's what you're doing. That's what you are.
Just trying to make the next dollar, like get into the bag.
And some people won't. I think you said, Blaze said, how do you know, some people don't know how to get out of it. You duplicate yourself, or you start figuring out, how would I make this money? if I wasn't doing this, can I get someone else to do it? And, or can I teach someone else to do this? You have to, or how about this is what I'm doing, like Arkansas Barbie said, the medical billing. What other iron do you have in the fire that you're like, I'm getting my seed this way, but I'm putting it over here because this is gonna put me over here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no way anybody I'm with, myself or anybody I'm with, if I'm like, do you like doing this? If you and I are cool, I'm like, do you like going to work every day? And you like, no, I don't either. So how can we pull off these jobs? What can we do? Well,
we be talking about that too. I'd be like, I like my job and all, but where's my extra strategy from that job to get into the next place? Extra strategy, what I'm doing. And
that's the beginning.
Note, we got 1 minute and 53 seconds till we get cut off, and we're gonna join back. Just FYI, y'all.
That's the beginning of the conversation there. I don't like what I'm doing. How do I get out of it? Do you want to find some partners that don't like what they're doing too? And y'all sit together and say, what can we do so we don't got to do this?
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
And that's what we need to do more, is come together as people, create a community so you guys can collectively create wealth and create something so you don't have to be like, I hate my job, I don't want to be here, I
got a better one for you that's going to get it real spicy before we cut off. How about people that hang around people and they say, no, nobody around me is doing none of that shit.
Nobody around me is doing any of that shit, but I'm grateful that I'm from LA and I still am in communication with my people who are like-minded, like you and I, Vera.
But watch this, Elle. You said nobody around you. You're not around people. I'm talking about people that roll with squads.
Yeah, they be 10 deep and y'all ain't got shit going on.
Right. You
guys, we're going to cut off shortly, but I'm going to restart the live, so make sure y'all join back so we can get back into our spicy and our mild bowls in the next 24 seconds.
Well, you hanging around people, you got some explaining to do. If you know the 6 people that show BFFs, show besties, they don't think like that. And you don't either. That's why you master nothing hustler. I'll be by myself and go look for new people before I
Bitch, I already started shedding people like Parmesan cheese. J. Lou, when Carol was on there and she was like, I said, hey lady, that's my mom, J. Lou. She don't know what she doing. Thank you, Auntie Cheryl. I'm drinking this red. This is Zinfandel, Auntie Cheryl, and it's a red. I just thought that was funny, J. Lou, because my mom, she don't even know. And she's like, I said, hey to you ladies. It's like, damn, I hit the wave button, Mom. I hit the wave button, but she don't know. She be getting on. She don't know what the hell she doing. You see, she ain't even got a goddamn profile picture. She trying, but she don't know what she doing. My grandma know how to work this stuff better than her, and she's 79. Cheers, Auntie Cheryl, to the Zinfandel. My mom? You knew my mom in the 9th grade? You see my mom? Come on, Barra, come through, girl. Are you guys enjoying the combo so far? Cheers, Jessica. Cheers. Jessica, you're new here, but we drink in these big glasses. And we have wine every Sunday. It's our thing. Barra will be back shortly, guys. Instagram's on this because I've been switching, so now I'm not going live on my page and Barra on here. So they've been kind of limiting our live time. So we appreciate y'all jumping back on for the second hour. I guess as we increase our engagement and our followers, they will probably let us have a extended limit. You went to Pio Pico too, girl? I didn't know you went to Pio Pico or LA High because I met you with dang, I can't even think of his name. This is from Publix, girl, to Zinfandel. What's the rapper guy? The rapper guy. I can't even think of his name. Keno. Yeah. Cause I met you through him, or did I meet you through Barra? No, I met you through him and then through Barra. But Pico too, I lived 3 blocks from Pio Pico. And I didn't know you went to LA High, girl. I know, Nida knows, yeah, Nida knows you, but I didn't know you went to LA High.
I got a
She
question.
was talking to YG Blaze because she was like, I went to Pio Pico and LA High. I was like, I don't remember you, but she was in class with my sister at LA High, but Pio Pico Elementary and Middle School. I'm like, I don't remember you there, girl.
I didn't go to none of those schools. I got a question. Did you come right back on?
I always wait about 30 to 45 seconds because I try to make sure the first video actually goes all the way through.
Got it. Because as soon as I go off, it'll keep showing that Sipping Live is live, and I'll keep clicking it, and it'll be like videos ended.
Okay.
Videos ended. And I'm like, okay, am I the only one that's not being able to get in?
I try to just wait because I'm seeing it load the other video, and I'm afraid if I start another live, it may not load, and then we lose that content. So I just try to wait for it to go through. Girl, on St. Andrews Day, we was right there at 4th Ave in Venice, 15th Street and 4th Ave.
Look,
I'm about to start a clothing line called 15th Street and 4th Ave. That's all I'm saying. And look at Bear writing comments. Look at Bear writing comments in the comment box.
I can see it now.
I see you improving your tech skills. You're a little blurry right now, but I'm pretty sure it'll start coming back.
Well, we ended on.
Hell, how is your video so clear? I don't know. I don't know. I got Google Fiber. I don't know.
All I know is, because we can end that conversation, if you are a master of nothing hustler, or you do some soul searching and around the people, if you're around hustlers and you hustle, you might be. I'm not hustling for the rest of my life. And I find that's something I see more of us hustling.
Yeah. It really is more of us. And guess what? We're the ones dying over overworking and stuff.
Not the kids.
We're more stressed than everything. I have an iPhone 11, J-Lu. I think 11.
Rick the Critic has the same phone. And looks just like that.
You have 11?
No, I said Rick the Critic.
Oh,
her stuff looked live.
Rick got an iPhone?
Yeah, but did you see
how? You got an iPhone or Android?
No, I have an Android, but her stuff was so crisp. Did you see how her live last week was so crisp?
Shift over.
I'm gonna get it. It won't be my phone. We can end on that one though, because I'll go on and on. And when I meant that. If you a hustler and you surrounded by hustlers, then you're all right, cool. Say less. I like to put stuff in my spicy bowl to bring it up, plant a seed. Some people plant seed, some people water. If you already know, this might have been confirmation. If you never heard it before, you did, but God will give the increase in it.
Yes.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm going to pull from my bio, even though
I'm addicted to this. I'm addicted. This jalapeno gourmet cheese snack spread, I'm addicted. I could eat this whole thing.
Send me a picture.
It's so good.
I need a picture of your drink and your spread.
Cool.
Because every now and then I like to have, like, of course, Sundays are going to be my wine days.
Mm-hmm.
Sundays will probably just be, I'm not going to call it a cheat day, but I'll call it like my day that I indulge a little more than usual days, you know? Because during the week, I try not to drink wine, but I do drink my coffee. And tomorrow I start my workout, back at my workouts. When I get off of work at 2:30, I'm gonna just go to the gym at our job and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday is going to be my, like, if I want some cheese, if I, we have our wine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You are still buffering. I wonder why you're like that.
That's all right. I'll be straight before the new year. I'm on top of it.
It's cool. The conversation's still going on.
Oh, yeah. They can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it like a podcast.
I love it. And
what you
I'm going to
pulling?
get into this because there's a few things I want us to have a little more time towards the end before, just to have a little extra chit chat, because we still need to go tell everyone about our origin stories. We're getting to the end of the year. We need to let them know where we come from.
Okay.
So this one is, my topic is, do you marry a person or a purpose? And I wrote this because I had been on Instagram.
Did you see
me? Huh?
No.
Do you marry a person or a purpose?
I heard what you said, and did you see what I did?
Yeah, you failed, but yeah.
Man, that's deep.
Yeah, so I saw this on Instagram, like a podcast. I don't really know what their names are. I saved a few of their things, but they have some interesting topics. Mm-hmm. And they have a few different people, but I think I clicked on this and then clicked on other people's thing. And so the guy was saying that sometimes people rush into something and then they have their self-realization later on. They find their purpose later on, and it's like it's too late. So it's like, do you wait until you are self-actualized? Or do you, is it one of those things that's a trial and error thing? So like, when you marry, you should marry an ideal or vision with that person. You know what I'm saying? And they mentioned like the 80-20 rule, where it's like, okay, you fit the bill, I'm gonna marry you. But later down the line, you have this whole vision. You have the self-realization of your life and you find your purpose, and you're like, this person no longer aligns with my life. So what do you do with that?
That's you. It's my turn?
Yeah.
We throwing it back to me? I stepped away to give my doggy some water. He was looking at me going, and I was like, what's going on? Running around the back. I'm like, okay, what happened? I got that. That's such a great topic, because I think you can meet the person, but I think you have to be open and very intentionally listening to purpose. Mm-hmm. I definitely marry purpose. Yeah. I marry a person that is in purpose and our purpose align. And I say that because you can marry a person, but there are those things, those bumps in the road that can come along when you might discover your purpose. Some people don't even call it purpose. They say, I just outgrew him or her, or things got different. We just weren't on the same paths anymore. I think initially, like I've said before, you can attract me physically. You got to hit me mentally, spiritually to really pull me in. Yeah, because there are a lot of, we have some good looking people in the world. So I can catch you like, oh man, wow, I'm looking at you. But after that, it's like, then what? And I think that having time with a person and kind of getting an understanding that they have purpose without you, they have some goals and some interests and things that they want to do and they're passionate about, is super important. And then you kind of see if those things align. I'm real big on, if I don't support the day I don't support you, if I don't, assist you in being the best version of yourself, you need to leave me. I'm real big on that. I've said it to my mate, and I mean it, because the attraction factor and the sex and all that stuff, that's easy. That's nothing. it's really nothing. But keeping the relationship, when you start getting into 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it's like, what's the core of it? And the core of that, I believe, is, the desire to see that person fulfill their purpose, to do what they're passionate about, to see them win. And you're like, yay! I get very excited about that. But if you meet someone and the top thing, if you were to write a list of what is the first thing that, what's the big thing that interests me about this person? If it's like, oh my God, they look so good.
Yeah.
And oh, how they make me feel, how they wine me and dine me. And oh my gosh, the sex.
But it's so exterior. It's temporary.
Right. If you do a list of those things and those are the things that are coming up, I'm not saying it can't last, because everybody needs different things to sustain. But for me specifically, something fruitful, purpose has to be there. And it doesn't mean that you have to have the exact same purpose I have, but I think that they are somehow in sync,
Yeah.
There's a way that I can be supportive of you and your purpose and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I think that will be a huge part of the relationship sustaining, because I think physically, like, we get old at some point. Things happen. I can change with this, but passion and purpose are intangible, and those things don't ever change. And I think when you're connected like that, you're connected for life. I feel like when I sign on to be with somebody, because of, I just love this person and I want to see them fully in purpose and doing what they're passionate about. I want to see them win. That's bigger than, do they do it for me? Now, they do need to do it for me. We've had some simple lives, like, I do need to be attracted to you.
Yes.
But at some point, as you grow in the relationship, the attraction changes, and that's a whole nother topic. Like, the thing I believe they change. I believe that the more you get to kind of know and experience life with a person, there are things that I'm attracted to that I didn't even experience before. You know what I'm saying? The way a person cares for you, the way a person just does stuff for you that you weren't even thinking about. It's like, it hits different. It's like, damn.
Hell, a kiss on the forehead gets me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just that warning kiss.
And
just that touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's your thing. I love when I see a person run for me and love me, like, I want to see you win. Like, I need you to be doing what you love. That hits different for me. Support is big for me, and the way you do it, because we got like we said, hit the like button, comment, that kind of support. And we got the kind of support where you up at 2 a.m. bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah.
It's important to you because it's important to me. Like, that, it just hits me a different way. Like, damn, So I definitely marry. The person can attract me. Purpose is what gets me into saying yes. Yeah, that says yes to the marriage and keeps me there, because we're forever. That's what ties us. I say that all the time. It's like, damn, even if you piss me off, we're joined together in purpose. Like, I know what your purpose to do, and you know what I'm purpose to do, and we can help each other. Like, damn, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than me being mad with you because you forgot this or you forgot that. And when it's purpose, the other stuff becomes so menial. I'm not saying no shit because somebody will be like, if he cheated on me, I'm not saying that, because it's deal breakers and non-negotiables. I'm saying little, like, you'll know on your gauge, what your pie chart is. And we talked about that before. Stuff becomes so small in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn, this person really loves me and they really rock with me in a way where they want to see me win, whether they with me or they not. That's purpose for me. When you like tie in a purpose, it's like, if I need, because I rock with what you passionate about, and I want to see you doing well and in purpose and doing what you said, you want to do. I love that, and that hits, that just warms my heart in a whole different way. And I think the exterior and stuff, they become, I'm more attracted to a person when we get linked up like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I think people don't do the work in the beginning. People get in these, people call them situationships, but I think people meet a need. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, I need somebody in my life that's dependable, you know, can help me kind of lighten the load. You know, we get it off a little bit. You know, we do a little physical here and there, and and it's like those things may not be sustainable because you got to forecast you won't be that same person that you are right now if you really working hard and putting some irons in the fire. You won't just want to be with somebody because they fill a void, because they can lighten the load. It needs to be bigger than that. I'd rather just tell somebody, yo, we gonna be partners in this right now. I'm gonna do this for you, you're gonna do this for me. Not relationship. Like, you look out for me, I look out for you, because you need somebody to look out for you. So this ain't no love thing. This is like, I'm gonna help you, you gonna help me. It's still transactional. We good people and we need some help. It's like community. I would call that more of a community thing than a marriage or relationship, because you're going to change. Growth, when you grow, you start to evolve as a person, and you're different than where you were. The goal is to be better. So if I only got with you because you met a need and, you know, we had sex and I was having sex with the same person, so I felt like it was safe and, you know, you're dependable. What? What?
I'm sorry. YG just said, why I almost scared myself. I thought it was someone behind L.
Oh my gosh, that's a jacket or something. I've been seeing. Oh Lord, she watching too many scary movies. But yeah, that's my take on it, though. You know, but for us to go there, there's got to be purpose. You know, we got to have some bigger things.
Purpose and alignment, which I feel like we talk about alignment every week because it's such a part of us, who we are, you know. You want people around you, whether it's a situationship or a relationship, to have alignment with you, you know. So I agree too. Like, be around people, whether it's a relationship or friends, whatever. There needs to be purpose behind it, you know. Not just, oh, they're a good person, that's fine and all, and then you need to compartmentalize them where they go. You know,
my ratchet rap side is kicking in. There's an exhibit where he's like, what is your motherfucking purpose? Non-service. Who is that? Is that exhibit? I don't know.
You want me to Google it?
What is your motherfucking purpose? Non-service. I thought about that line.
Service.
But I like that line though.
Diabolic, hidden track lyrics. Is that what it is? Diabolic, Pee Wee Longway?
No, I feel like that's exhibit. I'm not sure.
Probably, you know, Google come up with all this shit, so I'm gonna just stop Googling.
But that's where I'm at with the purpose. Your drink is hidden. I can see your eyes. Huh?
Look, let me tell you, this Zinfandel is good, and it's a red. I don't know what the fuck. It's hidden. I know. And you know I gotta go to work in the morning. I am not trying to be too lit tonight, but I'm at half a bottle, girl. And once I finish that, I will finish the half a bottle.
That was a short one though. Were we pulling, or we got timekeepers? What we got to do? Where we at?
Yeah, let me read the comments real quick and then you can pull.
Okay.
YG said that's why you shouldn't lead with sex. Arkansas said sex is the most basic carnal thing you can do. YG said y'all are rare though, and I think she was speaking of you. I love him, but most people are not like him or operate like he does. And then she said she was scared because of my pants in the background. These are some jeans from Good American they sent me. They're actually pretty good too, because I ain't wore jeans maybe once or twice since giving birth, girl.
I need something that's thick thigh friendly, so I like the leggings.
These are boot cut too, because I'm short, but they're a little too long, so I'm gonna have to get some tape to hem them up. Okay. What you
We're going
pulling,
back.
Sarah?
I'll pull from spicy because I didn't pull from spicy last time.
I don't even remember what your topic was last
It
time.
was Master of Nothing Hustler.
Oh
Tell me
yeah, okay. Look, it's the drink. I'm gonna blame it on the drink.
Tell me yours before we move on. What was yours?
Oh, my first or
Marrying,
second one?
the second one, marrying for purpose or marrying a
Yeah,
person or purpose, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Try to write these down so that when I have to do the things for them. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So I went to my Mile Bowl. I said I was going to go to spicy. But I went to my Mile Bowl and I got quality versus quantity.
Mm. Speak on it and say it again, bitch. Say it again.
Quality versus quantity.
Y'all hear that?
I think some people.
This.
Yeah, I think some people get it. They get it mixed up.
Not this.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. When you have a whole bunch of people, but you don't have no friends. You got a whole bunch of people, but nobody's dependable. You got a whole bunch of people, but it's like you still by yourself. And I say that with quality versus quantity with everything, not just people.
Yes.
Just
life in general.
Yeah, I choose quality over quantity any day. I'd rather have a few good people or versus many. And then, I feel like the quality versus quantity, we can go kind of deep in the rabbit hole because I think sometimes we'll still do the quantity. Like I said, a whole bunch of people, but you're still alone. I hate that. It makes me feel almost, I don't want to say inadequate, but you're like watering all these relationships or people and they really don't serve purpose. You might have one or two people that you can go to, but the other 10, it's like, we go out, we hang out, we do happy hours together, or I do this, but I can't really call on them for stuff like this. That's quantity. And to me, that's a time waster and stiller. It's a time waster and stiller. I started evaluating. I feel like friendships should be treated like jobs. There needs to be resumes and qualifications. You got to have some things that you meet to be considered a friend. And I think that title is given away so lightly, and that's why you end up with all this quantity and no quality. You got a whole bunch of friends, but you didn't have qualifications of what friendship, is supposed to be. And so you just got a bunch of space fillers that with the title friend, but you can't call on them for this. You can't deal with them for that. You really can't trust them with telling this. And it just becomes a whole big mess, So I believe things that are quality usually come in very small numbers.
Yes.
You see that with stuff. When's the last Aston Martin commercial you saw?
You never see them because you don't. When you have a great brand, you don't got to promote.
Right. And I always say great people don't talk about themselves. Other people do. So exactly. When you're a quality individual
in the rooms that you're not in.
Right. And I think too, when you're a quality person, it's not arrogance. I think that you begin to understand the value you hold and the type of asset you are. So you'll begin to be very selective of who you entertain, who you give your time, your efforts, and energy to. And that's when that quality and quantity really start to shift because you start kind of getting rid of people, weeding some people out and things. You won't even take certain jobs when you understand the quality of individual you are. It's like, I can't even go in there and work this gig because it's so trash in there. The type of person I am, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't. So I feel like at some point, well, we begin to focus on quality and not just everything around us, the quality of who we are or desire to be, or we begin to level up in the quality of people we are, the quantity will begin to diminish.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see 1,000 icons. You don't see 1,000 billionaires. It's a few.
Mm-hmm.
It's a few. So when you start dabbling in quality, you don't have a bunch of friends. You might have a few. Maybe that you can count on one hand. You know what I mean? But you can get a lot done with those people. You might have been with a place for a long time because of quality of the job. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at that quality versus quantity, and I start to kind of apply that in every area of my life with people, with, jobs that I take on, places that I go, the quality of service I receive, the value of my dollar. You go
Yeah.
to places and the quality of service you receive is crazy, but you go in there because so many people there and everybody says this is the spot.
Mhm.
All that.
You
It's
are
like,
not getting my money, bitch. You are not getting my money.
right, but people will do it because of the quantity. I know you see stuff on Instagram
Yeah.
where everybody's saying it's that deal. It could be a product, it could be a place, and it's like, ooh, and you
And
get
if
it, and
you
you're
don't
like,
greet me when I come in like you're supposed to, my ass is turning back around and I'm gonna go to the next place.
so quality versus quantity. Go. That's my take on it. What is your thought? What are your thoughts?
I think it's important because once you in your mind get the idea of quantity versus quality, you will start shedding people from your life. Or when you get the graph, they'll start disappearing out of your life because you mentioned something of when you start realizing that people think you're changing or you're this, you're that. No, they were never meant to be. And I know we talk about a lot of compartmentalizing, but sometimes you don't need to do that. Let the asses go. They are not quality. And like for me personally, I've been just in this space in general where I only want people who elevate me. Like we talked before, elevate and support. If you're elevating me, you're on my quality, in my quality circle. If not, you are an other.
Mm.
And I know it's hard for people to really get into that and realize I feel like it takes a very self-realized person to understand quality and quantity. You and I are self-realized people. We know what it is, but a lot of people don't. And so they keep a lot of people around them. And at the end of the day, when you're keeping so many people around, that's hindering your growth. And people don't realize that it's hindering their growth. And they'll never realize it, unfortunately, you know. And I hope that the people who are on this live will understand that because we're dropping gems to y'all. But reevaluate your circle. Like we say, do a circle check. Check on your friends, but also reevaluate your circle and see if they're of quality or of quantity.
I got another little tidbit before we leave this. If you're the only quality person in somebody's circle, because this is a sneaky tidbit, I started realizing sometimes, and you probably have too, you ever deal with somebody and you realize you're the only quality person that they deal with, but they deal with a lot of quantity, you need to run.
Mm-hmm. Because they're
Sometimes,
vampire suckers. They're
yes,
energy
yes,
vampires, bitch.
yes. So that's another thing you got to be careful with, the quantity and quality. If you
That
are the
is a
quality
topic
person,
in itself.
yeah, if you're the quality person, if a person tells you, "Oh, Elle, you my go-to. Oh, I know I could depend on you. Oh, I know you was gonna have my back. Oh, I couldn't. Nobody else supported me but you." But when you look up, I'm always with 10 and 12 other people. I'm always dealing with a whole bunch of other people. That speaks volumes. That speaks
And do you know
volumes to
how
me.
many times I've heard that? Oh, you might go to like the fuck out of here.
I don't want to be, because you know what? That's what you said. They're vampires. So you use me, the quality person, for that stuff, but you go and spread yourself amongst all the other people. So that means you don't want to be of any value to me, really. You giving me half-ass shit. So you gotta watch people like that too. It's like, oh, you use me for this, but I see you rock with a whole nother circle. Oh, so you gotta exit stage left. Because it's not even personal. You know what I realized? We're not a good fit.
Exactly.
We not on the same level.
You don't fit the puzzle.
No, and some people take that as offense when you say we're not a good fit. It means like you're here and there. No, No, what I'm doing and what I aspire to have and do, you don't. Because I see the quantity of what you entertain, and I am one. I don't see more of me. And that's a problem. And that's not arrogance. When I look at somebody and I don't see more of me, I just see I'm that one. And it still doesn't take away your uniqueness, but think about it. We were talking about this. If you can look at somebody's circle and you know you're the only one that's got the sense that God gave you, and they tell you that, oh man, ain't nobody, that's why I rock with you, because ain't nobody even around me thinking like that. But you see these people keep entertaining those same people? Nope. Because that speaks values to me about you. So you playing the game. So you're going to take from me. You're not going to elevate yourself, and you're going to keep going back dealing with this the whole quantity. How does that serve me? Because if we're rocking together, I'm getting better and you get better, and I'm getting better and you get better. No, exactly. You take it from me as long as I allow it, and I'm not doing it. So that's another thing with that quantity versus quality. Start assessing if you're the asset on the table, how much you lend to others around you. Because sometimes you are the quality in their quantity, and you need to exit stage left, because they're not quality either. They're a part of the quantity, and they're taking from your quality. You get what I'm saying? They're taking from all, and they're going to keep doing it as long as you let them do it. No, sir, not on my watch.
And I know I'm quality, and even till this day, I'm starting to realize how much I put out and uplift people. I do for people without them having to even ask. If you say, oh, I'm trying to this, that, I'm the first to get on Google, the first to find the solution, and then when you look back, like, it's not reciprocated. Not that you're expecting I'm doing this, so I expect something back, but you just realize, like, what you put out is not reciprocated. And for me, it's like, I am the quality, and y'all motherfuckers around me are the quantity, and I ain't got motherfucking time for it. If you ain't on these 5 fingers, we is gone, period.
But it's something you said that we do often. You said, I put it out, but I'm not expecting anything back. My mother told me when I was a kid, and I didn't get it. She said, friends are to be used, not misused. Get, give, or get off. And I thought it was so horrible when she said it. It's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so bad. But it isn't. What you just said, change that narrative. I do expect it back, because we both pushing each other to win. Because
if I'm just pushing you to be better, who's pushing me to be better? Then I'm left in the slump, because I've given all my energy to everyone else, and who's there to uplift me.
But you know what? We lower the standard, because people, we allow them to operate in that quantity. It's like, well, I didn't do it because I was expecting it. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. That's like showing up to a race and not expecting to do well. Yes, you do. You expect people to be the best. You expect, let's support each other in a capacity where we thrive and we win and we are the best version of ourselves. I'm not going to expect low. I'm not going to walk in giving you grace to be low level. I'm not going to do it. And it's wrong. It's wrong for me to come in and be like, I'm going to be operating at 100%, but you get to half-ass the friendship. You don't, they try. No. Raise the bar. That's why it's one Jay-Z. I'm about to get you. I could have not. I just won't build with you. People that are great and do iconic things, they have to shed a lot of people, because people will operate under the false guise of, I'm doing the most. No, you're not. Stretch people. People have to be stretched, and then I get to see what you made of. Oh, you couldn't? Don't even trip. Oh, no, don't even trip. But you did it. So why do you get to be the person in the group? Somebody told me one time, Vera, will you come to this? And I said, yeah, it was a friend of mine. He's like, I said, I don't know. He said, for you to say, I don't know, means you don't want to come. Because I know when you want to do something, you do it. Because I know how you are. And that spoke volumes to me. If I'm operating like that and you don't get to operate like that, then we ain't on the same playing field. That's not fair. So I can operate at 100, but you get to operate at 60%. That's not cool. I'd rather be with the quantity, the quality and not the quantity. You keep operating with the majority. That's why the majority of people are working. That's why they're not a majority of billionaires. I'm going to go ahead and keep shedding people, shedding these different things, habits, because I'm going to continue to elevate. That's ridiculous. So you hold yourself as you show up on to give support in whatever capacity, but they don't have to. And you know what I'm saying to you. You know what I mean? It's like, how you going to show up to help somebody and they don't even show up for themselves, but you there.
Exactly.
Man, bye.
Exactly.
I don't even have no words for it no more. Adjustments are being made. You got to keep leveling up. As you grow, you got to get rid of some things.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at with that quality versus quantity.
All right. I'm going to read some of these comments. Arkansas said, I don't have friends like that, and I am at peace. YG said, I kicked several squares out of my circle. Sad part is everyone my mom said was not my friend. She was right every time. J. Lou said, I don't think we were ever meant to be around a lot of people. Facts. And YG said, yeah, because we have a big ass family, but we all broke up into small cliques. And he responded to YG saying, yeah, it's very clique. It's just stay your ass from around me when I ascend. J. Lou said, I reevaluate myself every day. I got to make sure I'm not the problem. Arkansas said, drop them folks. J. Lou said, everyone in your clique should have a quality or qualities you don't have. Facts. He said, you can't grow if you are the best at everything. And Rick the Critic said, do we really value who we are? Are we speaking about wisdom? And YG said, we hold on to people or keep people around because they have this title in our lives. And Arkansas said, don't be others' table. YG said, that be the problem constantly. Porn into people who are not important to you. That's why I kick squares out my circle. It's okay when they do. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck it. And Rick the Critic said, time bandits. We should stretch and find others who challenge us mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all some good comments there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I don't want to say it's hard, but I know it can be hard for people when you start shedding because you're used to a certain way. And, when you start shedding people, it's a whole backlash thing. But you know what? Fuck it and keep moving forward.
Elle, how does shedding work? Explain that to me. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I said, how does the shedding work?
So for me personally, if I've already assessed the situation, because if anyone knows me, I'm an observer, I assess, I'm a problem solver. Like, I need to figure shit out. If I see something's not working, then I slowly let you drift off. If I'm talking to you, or if we don't talk every day, or it's not a text every day, and every now and then it's just like, oh, everything's great, hope you're well, thanks, bye. But I'm the type of person that I will just let literally shed, or like an onion. That's me right there. Like an onion, bitch. I don't fuck with you no more.
But Elle, what's a picture, or what's a process that may have a problem shedding people? Maybe they are the quality in their group and they recognize that, and they got a bunch of quantity around them. How do they go about shedding because these people are still going to keep being, you know, present because they know that you're the asset, you're the quality.
Bitch, change your number. You know what? I believe that you just have to do you. Eventually people will fall off. If it comes to the point where someone may confront you about it, then you just gotta be straight up like, we are not aligning. What I am doing in life and what I want, and this is how you are, and there's no reciprocation. Whatever the issue is, if you have to come to that point where they approach you and you have to let them know how they don't fit in your life and they don't align with you, then that's what you have to do. But other than that, shit, leave their asses to the curb where they are. They don't have the thought process and the goals and the quality of who you are like you. Leave their asses. And I know that's hard for some people, but the way I am brought up and do, I don't got time. You know, I ain't got fucking time for the bullshit. So I'm gonna just leave you right there. I don't have a problem with cutting people off where other people do have a problem with cutting people off because they're afraid of what people might say, what they think of them. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So if I can give any advice, don't give a fuck. Drop them where they are and keep progressing in your life and don't look back and worry about it.
So is it easier to do
a cookie cutter answer because what I would do is just cut motherfuckers off, like, period.
Are you cutting them off because you have a better understanding of the value that you hold? And because you
I'm cutting them off because I got a better understanding of the value I hold, and I'm cutting them off because I see that they have no value to me. I'm cutting them off because I see I've been used. I'm cutting them off because you were just where you are and you don't want to do better. And that doesn't align with who I am because I'm always progressing and I'm always evolving. And at this point, you are fine where you are, and that's fine. Stay where you are. That's not your journey, but that's not my journey either. I choose to keep going up.
Right.
Even with family, I've cut many people off. Like, there have been people who will call me multiple times and I listen to the same story and I'm like, well, bitch, I won't be talking to you for 8 months. And that's facts. That is facts. I will not talk to, I won't answer your call. I will read that shit and ignore it because I got an iPhone. You don't know I read it because I turned the settings off to say don't send a rat receipt.
Oh my God.
And if I read your shit on Instagram, I might unread it. But yeah, but if someone confronted me, I have no problem with saying, well, this is why I have not talked to you in a while. This is the energy that you bring into my life. I can't deal with that. I got enough stuff in life going on. I can't deal with your issues.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be honest, no matter how hard honesty might hurt, or you might think it's hurting the other person. When you tell them that, they don't give a damn. They might curse you out, call you names and stuff. At the end of the day, they don't give a damn how you feel, really. So live your life, progress, and leave their asses where they are at the curb with the trash cans that come on Monday morning between 8 and 10.
But people gonna fight for what's beneficial to them. They're not gonna let you go willingly.
Of course. And you have to be strong enough to keep letting the asses go. You don't have to answer your phone. That's a choice when you answer their texts, their calls, their DMs, or whatever. That's your choice.
It might become a hostage situation.
You have to be okay with the choices you make when you let these people go and progress and not look back and feel like, oh, should I have done that? But what if that? No, just move on. They're not doing there's nothing that they're doing that's helping you. It's no balance. It's always this. But who is there for you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'm tired of pouring into people. I pour into so many people that I stop and have to assess and be like, bitch, I don't pour it. Fuck, my shit is empty. Bitch, I'm on search engine. I need a tire change. I need a oil change. Bitch, my fucking emission, I got hella issues with my car right now because I poured so much into y'all and I ain't paying attention to myself. Fuck that shit.
What's I could see comments. What you got?
YG said, I'm my father's child. I would pass you like you were a ghost. Girl family, the first to get the axe. Facts. Arkansas said, child. YG said, and I'll leave you on red so you know. Savage. And Rick said, why is it easy for us to cast out people and we will settle when it comes to male-female relationships? We make allowances and even ignore the signs of the start of a bad relationship. And YG said, well, run up and get down where you mad at. But I'm still not fucking with you.
I like that comment Rick the Critic said. I didn't touch on that. We will sometimes make allowances for the males and cut off females quickly. I've seen that. Or vice versa.
That's true.
A dude will still be dealing with a girl and be like, yo, you still dealing with her, but you got rid of these dudes? Well, you got to reevaluate it. It's not gender bias. It's like, no.
Because for me, male, female, I don't give a fuck. If you are not aligned with me and we got issues, I'm going to let your ass know. Period.
Hmm?
And then I'm going to work my timeline of what my next steps are.
You silly.
Because sometimes when you shed people, it might be a process. You might not shed them right dead in the tracks, but you will lead up to that, you know?
Yeah, the shedding, that's why I had you explain it, because I'm like, dang, how does the shedding work?
But you know, shedding works different from every people. Like your shedding of people might be different from my shedding of people, because I'm the type of person that can just be like, fuck it, I'm just not going to talk to you no more. And some people might feel like they need to explain to the other person why, you know, I don't know, this isn't working out for us. This is how I feel, that you make me feel, and da da da. And then, you know, so I think the shedding process, I think it's different for everybody. You know? My cutoff game is across the board. Y'all funny. Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left, guys. And
why are you saying that? Rick the Critic said we pour into people we choose to, knowing the end and waste our time, sometimes invest many years. I'm not wasting no years.
Hell no. Whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. Mm-hmm. I have that up in my desk. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. So if you choosing some fucked up people, that's on you.
What were you about to say?
You blurring, Bear, but I see you over there munching on that spread, though.
That's my walnut. That's my chocolate chip walnut cookie now.
Oh, because did you make it? Well, we're going to have to do our origin story next week or something. We got about 10 minutes left.
Well, what you want to when you say origin story, what you want to tell them?
Who we are, where we came from, how do we know each other, what we got going on.
Well, you could tell a little bit. You could start, and we can pick it back up next week or whatever you want to do.
Well, me and Bera met 10, 11 years ago, which me and YG was just talking about on the other live before you had come on, when she was talking about POP on LA High. I was like, well, I met you through Kino, which is how I met you, Bear. Right?
You met me through her, through Blaze.
Yeah.
We both met Kino through her.
Yeah.
So we were mutually connected through her. She brought Kino in.
Yeah.
I met her, and you met her, and she introduced us to Kino.
Yeah. How did I meet her?
I don't know.
Bitch, I don't know. but me and you met 10, 11 years ago, bitch. 10, 11 years ago, okay? When I was running my magazine bowl and you were doing Bears Just Homemade, making cookies and supporting mothers.
Single moms.
Single moms.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, after running the magazine, moving across country, here I am with a kid. And here you are, even though you're not doing Bears Just Homemade, it's just like you're still low-key doing it, but you're not doing it physically. But when me and you are reconnected and stuff, it's like I'm a mom. And your mission, it's like your mission is still ringing true. I don't want to say unconsciously, but it's just like you're not working on that nonprofit anymore. But here we are, me, a kid, and you with that mission. And we just are here pouring into each other, you know?
Yep. And the goal, I think, is to expand community and connecting through even creating Sipping Line. Because even when people are talking in the comments and stuff, the goal was to have open conversation, because we can share information with each other, but it's like, you know what? Why don't we just open it? You can't control who comes in, who leaves, but you can do your part and just be there. Exactly. And I think having these different conversations, something we thought about, an aha moment, a PSA, or something we put in our bowls, I think it's pretty cool to have somebody hear different perspectives. If it's from a woman, a Black woman, a mother, an entrepreneur, you know, just identifying in that way, or just hearing a different perspective. Because if you're a man, you're none of those. You're Black. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think that having the opportunity to listen, you don't even have to say anything, and take what you want from it. And as I say all the time, if not, leave it right where you found it. But our origin story, even if you went all the way back and it's like, this is how we met, I think it's super cool that like minds and energy continues to connect. Yes. It just keeps finding itself, and it flourishes. And that goes back into what we were talking about earlier about that quality versus quantity. When you make room, and I think Rick the Critic said it, you make room, you start getting rid of stuff, you have to believe that what you need and what you can be to somebody else will come.
Yes.
You gotta believe. It's when you hold on to things that don't challenge you, that are of more quantity and not quality. What you're saying too, like you say, the universe. For me, what I'm saying in faith is, I don't believe there's anything else. But when I say I trust what's going to come is going to come. I trust that I'm going to draw to me based on the frequency and the energy I put out and the faith I have. I'm going to bring it back to me. Yeah. You know, so I think that that's a huge part of the origin story, because if you put all those years together and everything, here we are. We talked about the master of nothing hustle. Here we are again, still thriving, still desiring to be the best versions of ourselves.
And we have definitely evolved from 10, 11 years ago. Like, who would have known I was going to have a kid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you just got to keep... We just keep on pushing.
Yes.
Well, I think my overall goal with everything that I do is to impact, empower, and inspire.
Yeah.
And when that is
the same with you. You know?
Yeah.
I want to see people evolve. I want to see people thrive. I want to see people be the best versions of themselves, because I know what it feels to be the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And I'm that type of person who wants to see people experience what I've experienced, you know?
Oh, yeah. I think
this wine is good. Let me take another sip.
I think as long as we keep showing up and giving the insight, you know, to some people it may be wisdom, to others it may be empty words. That's cool. Yeah. I'm not for everybody. I decided that a long time ago. I'm not for everybody. I never will be. Just like the Aston Martin ain't for everybody. That's how I look at it. They don't know how to take care of it, the maintenance on it. They wouldn't know what to do with. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't make them less than. I'm just not for everybody. I'm for a
Yeah.
certain group. And so if I put myself in a position or open to who comes in my life and I kind of assess the situation, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to give an energy, effort, time, whatever, then it's a win-win for you. You win regardless. You know, you're always going to win when you look at it. To me, that's my thoughts that way. And so, you know, I think us deciding to do this, the origin story for that, is we just decided and we did it. We just show up.
Yeah, we show up, sick and all. We have 2 minutes left, but I want to say before we go, if you guys have questions, comments, you know, DM us or email Watch Sip and Live. I may have, let's see, at gmail.com. And also send us a DM. Let me know what y'all like. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you might want to see. Me and Bear are always talking about what the future looks for Sip and Live. You know, we have our brunch coming up in September of next year, and it's going to be live, me and her together. But let us know, just, you know, give us your feedback. I might zhuzh up a little quick market research for you guys to answer, but let us know where you might see the vision of Sip and Live going. We really want to get you guys feedback. And yeah, because we love doing this every Sunday. We've been showing up. What is this, our 8th week?
This is the 9th conversation.
The 9th week, okay. And we're nearing the end of the year, so let us know what 2023 is looking like, what you guys might want to see from us as a brand, because we are always looking for your feedback, and we appreciate all of you guys coming, especially y'all day ones, coming every single week to like sit and chat with us. You know, our full episodes are on our YouTube. If you want snippets, you can find them on Instagram, but we're also on TikTok at Watch Sip and Live. So come join our TikTok over there too. And we got 9 seconds left. We appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you.